Today, the plan is to finally put the double digit reps at 240 to rest. Get it done. Straight in, no kissing. Something that's haunted me for a while. Doing multiple reps. I've done 8, I've done 9, I've done 9 twice. I've done 7 this far, I've done 6 this block, I've done 5x5 at 240. So just need to do a lot of reps, 240 today, and get her done. Well, that was fucked. So 240 kilos for a set of 11. That is the most nervous I have ever been for, I think, anything, to be honest. Not first day of school, not first day of college, not driving to Mongolia, not when 2 Russian policemen brought me into an abandoned building to shake me down, not my son's birth, not attempting 300 kilos. I was amped up for that. That was something that I needed to do for a long time, was to get into the double digits with 240. And 11, what actually happened during the set was I thought I'd done 10. Around rep 8, I miscounted, or I lost count, I should say. And I decided that safest bet is to think what I've done and then retreat 1. And as someone on the Instagram comments said, it's pretty hard to think when you're hypoxic. So I retreated 1, finished what I thought was 10. And I was like, okay. As I was doing the 10 rep, I was kind of disappointed. I was like, just 10. I want to get into the double digits. I was like, at least 11. I was hoping 10 to 12. But 10 was just like, ugh, 10, just 10 reps. After all that, just for 10 reps, just one more rep. But to my surprise, and it took a long time to count it because I couldn't focus, was 240 kilos for 11. That might be one of, if not the farthest I've ever pushed my body in terms of just sheer effort. I don't think I could have done another rep. I think I was going to pass out. I think the lights were going to shut off on that last rep. I tried to walk it in, but I actually just couldn't. Now, warming up, I was like, that's the best weights I've ever felt. If you watch the 220, that 220 is moving so fast. And I'll be honest with you, I seriously considered going for 300 today, but this is how important doing 240 for double digit reps was for me, was that I was like, no, today is double digit reps at 240. If anything, this is going to help and just delay it a little bit, It's not going to make it worse, but I need to do this. I need to get into the double digits with 240. And I really thought about it. I was like, at 220, 200 moves so well, and I'm like, okay. I was like, this is too easy. Like the day I did 290, 200 felt like 250, like it was super heavy. So the day when 220 was moving like that, it was moving so fast. But I actually talked myself down from it, and I said, no, this has to happen. This 240 for reps has to happen today. So that'll tell you how important the 240 was. There is nothing like getting amped up for a set. Specifically squats, snatch and clean jerks are similar, a heavy weight. There's no other sport where you know exactly what you're going to do. You can amp yourself up for it and have an unbelievably predictable outcome. And then from that predictable outcome, have so much dopamine built up that it's so satisfying that you can get so amped up. You know, you can put on a good song. Look, when you're doing jiu-jitsu or you're playing other sports, you know, you can listen to good music and it's fun, but then you get into the flow of things, you have to focus. But the actions of lifting weights, snatch, clean and jerk, squat, maybe high rep sets like this, you have a really closed circuit to complete. Now, I know other people get this feeling from other sports. I know people like Alex Honnold, when they're free soloing up the side of the fucking whatever, that El Capitan or whatever, they understand that that's their closed circuit. But I'm addicted to the how amped you get for this, and the nerves beforehand, and then when you go do it and you complete it, just the whole thing is so fucking enjoyable, and it only gets better the heavier it gets. It's just amazing. I just fucking love when it's, and I've thought about this in the middle of jiu-jitsu sessions and other sports I've done a lot of sports, but it just, you know, you can be having fun in jiu-jitsu, for example. That's the other sport I'm doing at the moment, and you know, you can have some good vibes and you can be hyped up for a match. And competition in jiu-jitsu is close, and it's a really nice feeling, especially when you win or you submit someone. But the intensity of this, the intensity of lifting heavy weights and knowing you're going to smash it and doing it really well, is unparalleled. It's fucking amazing. Now, obviously the next couple of sessions or the next couple of weeks, there's not much left in this, depending how far I want to go, and it's going to be, you know, I'll bring you along for those next couple of sessions. So 240, yeah, I thought so hard on that 220. Was I going to do, I was like, today, I was like, it could definitely happen today, and you won't get this chance for another few days, maybe a week or more now to recover. But I just needed to do this with 240, and paid off. And the worst part of this kind of thing is not that it's hard to do, or not that it's unpredictable. It's in fact the opposite for me, is that I know I can do it. And the hardest part is doing it and not letting yourself down, is like committing and going all in to make it happen. That's more intimidating from my personal perspective than if it's a weight that's unlikely to happen. If it's a Hail Mary attempt in competition for a clean and jerk qualifier for internationals, or if it's I'm rolling against a black belt of 10 years who's won IBJF Worlds, there's nothing really concerning about that. There's nothing intimidating about those things. But this kind of thing relies entirely on your commitment and will I do it because I can do it, and all I have to do is follow through. And that's the most intimidating thing, because if you don't measure up to your abilities, if you don't do what you're capable of doing, isn't that one of the worst things? Maybe. So 240 first set of 11, pretty good. In terms of technique today, so you would have saw I wrapped my wrist. My wrist is super sore at the moment, and I just don't have the mental capacity at the moment to even want to start addressing it. I'm just going to do this, and I wrapped it today. I widened my grip a little bit today, so I wanted to go for a wider angle here on the back because it was going to give me an opportunity to be straighter at the wrist. If I had better mobility here, I could straighten out this wrist, but mainly it was putting a lot of pressure on my wrist to be straighter here. So if it's in closer and I straighten out my wrist, lots of pressure on the sore wrist. When I went a bit wider, I could get straighter at the wrist, more vertical here, but not fully vertical, but still straight wrist. And then this obtuse angle here allows you to pinch your shoulder blades a little bit better, so you're pushing in this way, so the vector is kind of coming this direction, which might be an option for some of you watching. Then, obviously, those squatting mechanics, driving my knees forward as much as possible, staying consistent with the back angle. And I'm really happy how it looked from the front. The angle I got on the video is really nice. So I hope you enjoy this video. Head over to Seek Strength, iOS and Android, the Seek Strength app to get the RTA 1, RTA 2.0. There is months of progressing your squat there. If you break it down per session or if you break it down per PB, sometimes people approximately get about €1.20 for every kilo. They're paying about €1.20 for every kilo onto their lift. So the average person, if you go on the higher end, you're a little bit more or a little bit less. You've got months of progression on your squat there. I can't say guaranteed because nothing is guaranteed, but as close as you can get to guaranteed. Head over to Seek Strength app, iOS and Android, and get the Seek Strength app. Loads of great programs. The app, dynamic loading, the coach bot, adjust after your sessions. You put in your sessions, you put in what you did, and it adjusts the load appropriately for you to give you the best option. And you still, of course, get access to the Facebook group where you get actual feedback on your lifts and your questions. So hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for everyone watching, and I will see you later.